Okay, so having watched the recap lesson on Changing Places lesson 1 and thinking about the place that's local to you and the case study that we did right at the start of year 12, today I'd like you to have a go at this question. The question is this: examine the changes in the characteristics of one home place over time. And I thought this was a really good question to kind of get you thinking again about how to answer 15-mark questions and to go over some of the things that we learnt quite a while ago. If you remember, 15-mark questions need to have a small, short, snappy introduction. They need to then have both sides of an argument in the main body, and they need to have a quick summary or conclusion at the end. I think that sometimes we can overcomplicate 15-mark questions, especially when we're used to writing longer answers like the 38-mark questions on hazards. So if we just have a look at this question together briefly, and then you can have a go at it yourselves and send it over for me to mark. In your introduction, I would suggest that you define the term place, because that's one of the key words in the question. And if I were you in your introduction, I'd also really try and just get one sentence in there that gets straight to the heart of the question. So you've been asked to examine the changes in the characteristics of one home place over time. So if I were you, I would examine, I would unpick, I would come to some kind of conclusion whether or not these characteristics have changed significantly, or if there have only been small changes to your home place. It's almost like a to what extent question, except of course examine just sounds that little bit more tricky. Examine does mean picking apart, coming to some kind of conclusion, weighing up. If it helps, remembering the bug system from GCSE might help. So B stands for box the command word, so that would be examine. U stands for underline the key words so that we know everything that we have to talk about in this question. We're going to look at the changes in the characteristics of one place. And G is always useful. That means glance back and look at the question. So once you've written your introduction, which you're going to tell me what your home place is, and then you're going to tell me whether or not you think there have been significant changes to that place. You're then going to get into the heart of the question. And it might be that you pick up on 3 different changes that have taken place in your home place. It might be that it could have experienced an influx of migration. It might be that there are new shops that have been opened according with FDI that has been invested into your area. It could be that the opening of certain schools have really changed that place. And in that main body, you need to make sure that you're always going back to that command word, examine. So have the changes been positive or negative? How significant have they been? Have they changed the place over a long period of time or a short period of time? And it's that AO2, that assessing, that weighing up, that examining, that will get you the top marks. It's actually worth 5 marks in this question. And then the other 10 marks are your knowledge, your AO1, about your home place and the actual changes. In conclusion, which is always a good way to start your conclusion, by the way, you are going to summarise what you think may be the most significant changes have been, or it could be that you actually acknowledge that the area that you live in has had some really quick changes, or actually that it's changed quite slowly, but it has changed over a long period of time. Okay? So I'd like you to have a go at that question to get you back into thinking about how to answer 15 markers. We'd probably expect that 15-mark question or your answer to be about a page in length. We certainly are going to be looking out for specific detail to your home place rather than just a generalised answer. And I'm really going to be looking for some words that show me that you have examined. Okay, good luck, and I look forward to seeing your work.